I think a lot of people are interested in addressable TV. I think you have one bucket of clients that it is a complement to their overall schedule, and they're looking at it from a true test and learn perspective. And then you have another bunch of clients that are looking at it from a new way to get involved into TV, where TV might have been too massive or too expensive, not really sure how to actually utilize the medium. And so we've seen a lot of clients come in, and because it's the closest aspect to one-to-one, they feel that the precision is better than just purchasing for, say, adults 18 to 49 in a fragmented space. We've also had some clients come from an international perspective, really utilizing it from the entree into the United States, which is a really interesting new perspective. Because the US market is so dramatically different from a lot of the other markets, this allows them to come in and basically take the targeting and the demo that they believe to have in their home market and really test it in the US market and understand before they spend a lot of money and really release their branding in the US to see if it's precisely working. We've had one client who's realized from the Addressable campaign that they really want more of a DR perspective, and from a combination of both learnings, their DR schedule as well as the Addressable buy, that they actually had to change their branding for their brand to launch in the US because their creative wasn't relating to the US marketplace. So it really can help provide a lot of information from an overall business before you're doing an entire schedule. That could be 12 weeks long, 13 weeks, a full quarter, or a full year. The biggest category we see, and that's most exciting, are the e-com companies. They're digital-first companies. That's how they marketed. It was a one-to-one relationship. There was the quote-unquote no waste, and they now have a way to bridge into the television marketplace for the same aspect. Still different, can't serve dynamic creative. It's really a one-to-one on a household level, not a person level, but it really kind of opened the doors to TV for those type of marketers.
How do you see balancing both an addressable buy and more of an audience buy?
That's interesting. I think we're all still determining how that best works. I don't think there's going to be one rule. I think it's really up to the client to come to the table to determine what business needs they have, and is this a way to solve for them or investigate for them. Addressable, certainly for those clients or our large scale, it's definitely a complement. We have done a few where the client has their own data, their own targeting, the CRM data. We're able to segment that out to maybe the more elusive part. Maybe it's not a true loyalist. Maybe it is a loyalist that they really want to target more specifically. And that's really where Addressable can come into play. And we're working, that allows you to partner with the client, partner with the planning teams and the investment teams, and it really becomes a full circle holistic planning rather than everybody having a piece of the puzzle but not understanding the full picture.
And when you talk about addressable media, what is that exactly? Is it the 2 minutes in the local? Is it VOD? What do you see as addressable, or what would you like to become addressable?
Right now it's a combination. There's definitely the local inventory that everybody's allowed to serve their ads directly to. For some of the providers, it's also VOD inventory, and we try to monitor that carefully because it's important to know where your ads are being served. Certainly, I would love to see the scale grow. I would love to see there be a common reporting and methodology on the back end, so the extra additional measurement that we lay on top of the buys, whether it's sales matchback, brand lift, creative control, variable group, can all come together. Sometimes when you do an addressable buy across multiple partners, you have to synergize all the data on the back end, and it would be great if that could all come at once. And certainly, if there was a little bit more openness to see some of that return path data, which I understand needs to be compliant, but if there was any way to really see that a little bit more to apply to the planning process, would be great. Addressable right now is the portion of TV advertising where the Nielsen age sex demo does not come into play. You really are working on that specific target. And it's really easy for clients to understand that because of the technology behind it, how the ads are served, and the reporting on the back end. I think what we would like to see is some of that philosophy applied to other TV mediums such as audience buying, and even maybe some traditional buying. Hoping the scale grows for Addressable, but I'm hoping for some fine tuning as far as more detailed reporting, so that applies even more of a deeper dive into what's actually happening once those ads are served.